Hey guys. Hey Arlene, Laverne, Kat. Good morning. Missy, I see you. Malibu's being needy this morning. Let's see. Missy, Terry, View. I think I've count everybody so far. Thanks everybody for being here. I'll zoom in a little here. Got on a big jean shirt. It's cold. It's cold. It said it's 30 something, but feels like 19. So I haven't turned on the heater yet. So yeah, and I got a couple books here, Hubster's books. I said, let me show your books. So he's reading this one. He's just finished that one, and I got this one. So let me zoom in one. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. I changed my background color, so that means I have to change lighting and stuff. But I think that looks pretty good. Does that look pretty good? Maybe a little bit. Okay, gonna stay over there. Stay over there. I'm gonna have to stay over there. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Pamela. Let me get a sip of my lemon water, bite a banana. Dawn, hello, everybody. Happy Marvelous Monday. And move my matte medium out of the way there. We'll pull some prompts. Hi, Janet. Oops, I clicked on Janet. Move so quick. There we go. There's Janet. And let's see what else. Oh, thank you, Starla. Thank you so much. I just printed out some new prints too. Well, they're not new. I mean, I haven't created them new, but I printed them out. So let's see. Let me write down Starla here. Thank you, Starla. And yeah. But I'm already getting hot in this jean shirt, so I might have to be changing shirts real quick. So we'll see. All right. Let's see. She's laid down now. I'll move my matte medium out of the way because I don't want that. I'll put it right back where I had in the first place. Oh my gosh. Hi, Tina. Hi, Belinda. Tina's putting in there. Cindy Daly. Annette. Thank you, Starla. Thank you so much. Christina. See, Belinda. Scrolling. Riri. Hi, Riri. So how's the lighting? Does this look okay for the, it looks like the color's a little, let's see here. Maybe that's good. It's probably this yellow book is doing it, or it could be my lights right here. Let's move those back a little. There we go. Let's see. Tina's saying good morning to more people. So yeah, I'm already getting hot in this shirt. Let's see. I'll finish saying good morning. I'll probably have to go change into a t-shirt. Let's see. All right. Well, I think I've caught up with everybody so far. Thanks everybody for this. Judy O. Judy O says, because 20 just feels like the temperature 13. The winds are 70 miles. Right? Right, Judy? Well, mine said it feels like 19, but I have, of course, have all the windows closed and everything, you know. Heater hasn't had to come on yet. But oh my goodness. So, okay, let's see. We have an inch of snow, Missy. Oh my goodness. I don't expect it. We have a beautiful sunny day here. Not a drop of moisture in the air. But so it's going to be I think it's going to be a beautiful week. It's just going to be cold. Let's see. Okay, all right, hang on, guys. 1 second. Okay, that's better. Whew. That is much better. All right. There we go. Nice thin, already crusty shirt for for collaging. All right, let's see. All right, well, I guess we could go ahead and pull prompts. Well, let me show these books real quick. Oh, she's laying. Look at her. Malibu, you're just so cute. I know, baby. I know. All right, so he just finished this one. This Clint Eastwood book. And the man in the man movie's got this cover over here. And the pictures, of course, are in the middle. I said, well, you know, I told y'all how he does. He doesn't look at the pictures till he gets to them. I said, how can you do that? How can you not look at the pictures as soon as you get them? But anyway, so he just finished this Clint Eastwood book. He really liked it, but he has another one that he's read about him that he said he thought he liked a little better. But anyway, I'll just show you the two books he's reading. Well, he just finished this one, and he started, let's see, I don't know how far he's into this one. This one's mostly almost like a scrapbook. He just started that one, so he's not far into it. But it's like pictures on every page. I said, well, see, now in this book, you have to look at pictures every page. So anyway, so he's reading this book about Humphrey Bogart. And it's a nice, glossy book. It's kind of like a scrapbook. It's a little bit about his life, but it's more about his life in pictures, if you will, and it talks about each picture and the different movies that he was in. And so, yeah, so that's what he's currently reading. Well, he's like me. He has a stack next to the bed that he's got always reading something. And so he's got more than one he's reading, but this is his current read. Okay, so let's see, what else do I have here? All right, then I got, do you ever watch Peter Draws? Peter Draws YouTube channel. Am I over far? No, I'm gonna have to move over a little here. I know, right, Tina. How'd your cat and dog do with the mobile vet? Did that go good? Did that go well, Tina? The mobile vet, did that go well? Last week, I hadn't heard you say, there's Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society. And Ann makes, first appointment gets snow tires. Okay. You watch Peter, Judy? Well, this is his book. And it's like his sketchbook, the Incomprehendum. So I'll show some of this. And I think it just came out less than 2 weeks ago, I think. Let's see. Tina said Rango hyper something meds got bumped up. Okay. So isn't it just nice to have the mobile vet? I see you, babe. You're going to have to move in a minute because Mama's going to be slinging matte medium. And you don't want any matte medium in your little fur. Just saying. Hi, Lisa Welch. Buster, my mama's Yorkie, had, I don't know what that means, Tina. I don't know what those numbers mean for. It means nothing. Oh, okay. Hi, Linda Rins. I'm glad it went okay, though. Let's see. So Peter Draws. This is his new. Well, I think it's his only book. You're gonna have to move a little bit in Malibu. You're gonna have. I might have to put it on the floor in a minute. Anyway, it's a big, thick book. It's huge. Let me see if I have a handy ruler. No, I don't. Let me go over here on the side thing over here. Let me get my little, let's see. It is about 11 and a half by, I think it's 8.5 by 11, well, 11 and a half. So it's big. It's a big, and it's, you can see how thick it is. And if you've ever watched Peter draw, you know the detail he does. 16, Tina. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm sure he's going to feel better, though. I'm sure he's going to feel better, Tina. Bless his little heart and his little mouth. So, anyway, it starts out with thank you for buying my book. And it starts out with the foreword, and it starts out with some of his childhood drawings. All right, baby, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to move. You're just going to have to move over a little. There we go. Um, it starts with some of his childhood drawings, and even some places where he took one of his, I don't know which one, but he took one of his childhood drawings and redrew it. He redrew it later in life. It says a drawing from my childhood recreated decades later. So it just shows some of his different the diagrams and schematics. All right, I'm going to go from the back because the books don't flip this way for whatever reason. They only flip this way. So Peter is very detailed. If you've ever watched him draw these things, and of course I'm skipping 20 or 30 pages at a time. So just so y'all can get an idea what's in here. Very dear. This would be a cool color book. It would be fun to color these pages. Just saying. It would be fun to color some of these pages. So, but he does all pen and ink, landscapes. So, isn't it very cool? Let me hold one up close to see the detail. I know, she's cute. She's cute. I love her. She's just, it's hard to stream with her. So anyway, if you like Peter Draws, this is his book of everything. I mean, he's just got everything in here. So yeah. But I wanted to share that. The ISBN is 979-88-130-71997. And I did get it on Amazon. Did you get the Mary E? No, Brooke, no, I did not. I had no mail on Saturday. So I will go back. There's no mail tomorrow. Tomorrow's a federal holiday. So there won't be any mail tomorrow. So I will have to go on Wednesday after I stream. So that's as soon as I can get back down to the post office. So there was nothing in my post office on Saturday. So, but I'll email you back when it comes in. Thank you. There's Peter Draws YouTube channel. Thank you, Tina. So let's see. All right, there we go. So it's big. It's a huge book, and it's not copy paper, but maybe a step up. It's I mean, look how thick this book is. If you put it on anything thicker, it'd be twice as large. But anyway, it almost kind of feels like newsprint, but not quite. But I like the way it looks and feels for what his drawings are. It's very cool. Very cool book. So anyway, there we go. There's Peter's book right there. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Cat and Pace. Cat and Pace put up a video. Let me see if I can bring it up on IG, and then we'll do our prompts. Cat put up a new Cat and Paste as opposed to Cheshire Cat. I call Cheshire Cat, and Cat and Paste I call C and P when I'm in talking to her in somebody's chat. Let me see here. See if I can show you. Let's see. And also Tina, I think, has a new picture up. So it's got music with it. So if y'all want to hear the music, you'll have to go over to Cat and Pace _ to see, because I'm going to have to mute it because you know how YouTube is about music. So let me get a sip of my lemon water here. Am I missing my Kathleen? Thanks, Tina. Okay, here we go. So again, there's music to it, but she's showing some of her most difficult um, color book pages by, I think it's all, no, I don't know if they're all Hannah. I don't know if they're all Hannah. I'll look, I'll read it here in a minute. But look, there's some of her pages there. So y'all go over there and look at, see, she's showing you the book and then she's showing you the piece. So let's see, ranking all of Joanna or Joanna, how she says it, Basford's coloring books by level of difficulty. So you need to go over to her YouTube channel as well, from easiest to hardest. Okay, so there we go. And then we got Tina is Catacomic 64. I think she has a couple of new ones up. This is out of Mythographic Labyrinth. I want to say Labyrinth all the time. Labyrinth. And she used Faber-Castell, polychromos, and gel pens. And so again, there's Tina, Catacomic 64. You'll have to go over there and look because you'll be able to see it better if you go look at it yourself. But there, Tina did that. I don't know if this is, I was gonna say, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I think it's Malibu that's so sucking the light out of the I'll have to put her down on the floor in a minute. Let me make her a little nest down here. Hang on. Because then she'll say, oh, that's just for me. There you go, baby. Come down here. No, you're so sweet and so cute, but you're going to have to get off here because Mama's going to put glue all over. There you go. There you go. Okay. And then Tina did this one out of the same book, but there's a different picture. So very nice, Tina. It's so detailed. You have to go over there and look at it and zoom in to see all the cool detail. All right, let's see here. The only thing I have put up is, and it has music, so you have to go over there and listen to it. I mean, if you want to, I put, there's my Catterday on Saturday. There's my Catterday. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull prompts and read out of the Lollygag book. Let me get a Post-it note here. And if y'all have any questions, put it in caps. Make sure you have all messages clicked at the top because it defaults to top chat and you won't see all the messages, all the chat. Okay, so today is, can you believe it's the 10th already? Should I? I don't know if I could find it real quick, but for the past couple years, let me see if I can scroll back to last Christmas. I think I showed it last Christmas while I'm talking to y'all. One of my Barbie doll photographies. That's one of my favorite ones. Let me scroll back to last Christmas and last Christmas was not the first year I posted. I posted it the year before, I believe. Could even have been 3 years. No, I don't know if it would have been 3 years ago, but let me see if I can find it from last year. No, did I not post it last year? I guess I didn't post it last year. Let me scroll back one more year. I'm on Instagram. It won't take me but a second. Yes, thank you, Tina. All right, let me scroll back to the year before. I love this Barbie doll photography if I can find it. Okay, there's July. Scrolling. Hope I can find it. All right, okay, here we go. We're at Christmas 2 years ago. Is it here? It would have been right before Christmas. Nope, that went right into Inktober. Did I not post it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So y'all know Janet's birthday is the 14th. Janet's birthday is the 14th of November, right? Well, this is me and Janet as Barbies. There's Janet, and there's me. Let me hang on. Let me get a pointer here. There's Janet, and there's me as Barbies. And I went, "Happy birthday, Janet. By the way, I'm going to put up my Christmas decorations today." Now, this was on, what day was this on? It was actually on her birthday. This was on November 14th. I'm going to put up my Christmas decorations today. Janet goes, "No." I love this Barbie photography so much. Look, I got a shadow back there. She's grabbing my foot. Look at that. It's got some good details. I might have to repost that again. On her birthday, on Janet's birthday. Let's see. I think I will. Let me go ahead real quick. Let me re-snap it. Hang on. So one more. I'm just going to take screenshots of them again. All right. So anyway, I said all that to say, not only that Janet's birthday is coming up on the 14th, but let me go to my photos. That the kids are back. Samantha's here. She got back from her 2.5 months in Europe. Cameron's back from his 6 months in Yellowstone and all that. So y'all know I'm going to go all out. Y'all know that, right? For Christmas. And I usually put up my Christmas stuff the day after Thanksgiving, that weekend. But because they're all coming down here on Thanksgiving, look, I've already started. This is just the 3 base trees. Nothing's on them yet except lights in my bay window. So So anyway, I did pull the trees out. Well, we got the stuff out of the attic, but that's all I got. That's all I got put up. Let me see. Let me scroll back. Let me find, since I'm already in that Christmas area here. Let me show you. Let me find maybe last year's trees. Hang on. Let's see. There's October. I know it's October when I have, because I do Inktober here. That's the cat. Let's see here. Wait 1 minute. I'll find it here in a minute. Okay, here's last year's Christmas at night, and here's the Christmas during the day. So there's my Christmas last year. So you can see my trees have just got out. They look pretty scraggly until I do this to them. But anyway, so yeah, we are putting up this Christmas early because everybody's going to be here. We don't always have that. Sometimes we have to have Thanksgiving a week early. I think last year we had to have it a week early because Denise had to work. I don't remember. But anyway, so hopefully we can have it all together this coming Thanksgiving and Christmas. So yeah, whatever works. Okay, so here, let's go ahead and pull our 5 prompts for the week of November 10th. And because if nothing else, our Terry likes to work on the prompts. Your Christmas trees are always, oh, thanks, Tina. Yeah. My day job before I retired was visual merchandising in department stores. So, yeah, that was my job. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and grab some. And let's put these away. We'll take the top 5. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here today for this week. We have marigold, crocodile, Egypt, the 1500s, and orange slice. Wow, Terry. And I say, because Terry does them all the time, and she never has to feel obligated to do them every week, but she does most of the time. Hi, Flo. Your store was probably, our store was always really pretty because we had a store manager that knew the importance of visual merchandising. A lot of stores didn't think it was, worth spending the money on, but we had a good manager that did. All right, let's see. Cat Pay says, did Mr. Dress Up have a puppet named Marigold? Did Mr. Dress Up? I'm not following you, Cat. Terry rocks bombs. Yes, she does. Okay, let's see. So we have, in no particular order, marigold, and that could be, you could use that as just a color. It doesn't have to be marigold the flower. It could be the color. Crocodile. I'm sure that's not spelt right. Egypt, the 1500s, and orange slice. Orange slice. There we go. And I'll put this in my Society of Idea Collector notebook. Okay, so we'll put that over here for now. All right, I'm looking around, seeing what else. I did get me, well, I don't know if I want to show that right now. Maybe if I have time at the end of the stream, I might show it. All right, so let's move the prompts off of here. And let's go ahead and do our lollygag book that Cheshire Cat got us. We are up to did we do R last time? I have checks next to the R, so we must be up to S. Okay, so we might be up to S. She does rock the prompts. And hi, Cindy Daly. Anybody else I missed? Thanks, everybody. Let's see, Tina, so I would be able to see the decoration use would make them. Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's true, Tina. Okay, so S, do I have a pencil? I think I put the pencil in the other room. So I don't even think I have a pencil sitting right here. I got pencils in my pencil case, but I don't know. Let me just, I'll just use it. Here's a pen. All right. So I just check off a couple things as we read them off. All right. So under S, let's see. We got sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla, a flavored soda that is made with sassafras and tastes a lot like root beer. It's not as popular as it was in the olden days, but the next time you find yourself in the Old West Saloon, maybe on your way to the haberdasher, ask the barkeep to pour you one. Savvy. As a noun, this means intelligence or know-how. As an adjective, it means hip or wise. As a verb, it means to know or understand. Savvy. And I did get, you know what I ought to do? I did get, Samantha did, she's already selling them all. She might have already sold them all. She made some more of her belt things and corsets. Let me see here. Denise, she messaged me this morning. Watch the cord. So sidebar here, rabbit trail. So I hardwire my computer because the Wi-Fi in this room is just not that good. Let's see, a barkeep. That what should be listened to. Yeah. Well, we're in the R's, so. So anyway, Wi-Fi doesn't work well in this room for whatever reason. So I hardwire my computer right here to my modem, which is downstairs. So I'm not showing y'all this before. I've shown y'all this before. I'll show you again. All right. So there's bedrooms here, bathroom back there. Anyway, so here's my art studio right here. Oh, you can't see that. It's on bright pink paper. Hang on. Let's do this right. If we're going to show the system. Let's do a nice big piece. Okay. So I have a bedroom here. There's a bathroom, a big master bedroom here, bathroom back there. Anyway, so there's another. This is where my art studio is upstairs. We live in a split level. So this is upstairs. Then you come out here. You go down this little hall here, and then you go down the stairs. Okay, so you go down the stairs, and after you get down the stairs, here's the foyer right here is the front door. So go down the stairs here, go through the foyer here's the kitchen, library, great room right here, and then here's the man cave back there. So you come down the stairs, you go through this little hall, go through the kitchen, go into the man cave, down a couple stairs, and all the way back in this corner is my modem. So I have a 50-foot, I think it's 50, 75-foot, I don't know, and it's got to be anyway. So the cord, I unroll, I have it on a spool. I have it on one of those giant spools, and I unroll it, goes down here, goes down the stairs to the foyer, to the kitchen, down into the man cave, and back there in the corner is the cord. So anytime I have the kids here, anybody's here, and I have this cord running through the house, I don't want anybody tripping over it. It's running through the whole house. So I always say, watch the cord. So Denise this morning, watch the cord. That's Denise. She may be in the background listening. I don't know. But anyway, so okay, so I am hardwired. Now let me go find Samantha, and she sent me some pictures of some of the things that she's put together. So she makes these, and she's modeling, so you'll have to. So they're those belts that look kind of like they're, and by the way, so when we went, what was it, a couple weeks ago when Samantha and I went to Goodwill, and she buys old cargo pants and pants that she doesn't care what size the pants are. It doesn't matter about that. It depends on what details are on there. Does it have metal? Does it have cool pockets? And so she'll get these, pants for $3, $5, right? And then she cuts them up and makes these little side belts that go over. And I'm not ever wearing one of these, not in this life. When you'll see what I'm talking about. So here she is wearing one here. So here she is wearing one over some, okay, hang on. Here she is wearing one over some shorts. See how it has a little thing there? You can put your keys or whatever. So she makes these and she sells them. I think she sells them for $50, and she sells out of them. I think she's already sold out of this next batch. So let's see here. Here's one that she's got over the top of some other cargo pants. This is another kind of cargo pant that she cut up. Look, see, it's got these details, and then she's got the little, what do you call it? Loopy, lacy thing on the side. It was so funny. The last time I showed these, Tina goes, I think it was Tina that said, if I wore one of those, someone would ask me what happened to me. like she was in a sling or something, right? But anyway, so she makes lots of different ones in different colors. Here's another one. There's a side view right there. See? She puts grommets and lace in them. And she sells them on Depop. And I think she said this batch went for $50. Then she also makes corsets. Here's one of her newest corsets that she made. I don't know how much she sells the corsets for. They're more. But here's one of the corsets that she made that's out of a lace. She takes old dresses, like old prom dresses, and stuff like that, and turns them into corsets and belts and stuff. So yeah, thought I'd share that. Okay, so Cindy, Denise belt would look like a. You mean Samantha? Samantha's belts? Yeah, look like a tourniquet. Yeah, I know she does amazing work. She has I think she has maybe 3 sewing machines, and she's great seamstress. So, okay, so let's go back to, we are in S. All right, let's all right, so let's see. Scrimshaw. Now, I lived in Alaska, so I know what scrimshaw is. It's carvings made from whale bones. A person who creates scrimshaw is a scrimshander? I'm not sure. But anyway, usually now it's only the natives that are allowed to do that. I think that they're only the ones that are allowed to make and sell scrimshaw up in the, probably in Canada too, right, Cat and Paste? And up in, Alaska. Okay, let's see. Serendipity, the phenomenon of accidentally encountering or receiving something good that you weren't looking for. The Three Princes of Serendip is a Persian fairy tale in which the main characters encounter many happy accidents. Shenanigans. Okay, that's y'all. Devious tricks or mischievous behavior. Although it is possible to engage in one shenanigan, there's more of an impact if you work up a bunch of them. See also tomfoolery. Let's see. Okay, that'll be enough. Then here's a little playing with words. Maybe we'll look at that next week. So there's the words for the week. If Terry or anybody else wants to add them to your prompt list, it was funny. I got to tell you the list. So well, anyway, I just washed that jean shirt that I had on that I put on this morning because it was cold. It's cold, not real cold in the house, but when I started running around in here and doing all the stuff, it started. So I wouldn't change into this t-shirt. Plus, I'm gonna be doing you know, matte medium. So anyway, I wanted to fluff up. I washed the shirt and then I said, well, I don't, maybe I'll just hang it up. So I hung it up. But this morning, I told, I hope y'all get this. So anyway, I said, I got to put my shirt, fluff it up in the dryer because right now it's just stiff and wrinkly. Hopster goes, you mean like me? Stiff and wrinkly. Anyway, we both got a good chuckle out of that. Okay. So, if you wake up in the morning, we call it in the South stove up, you're a little stiff. Stove up. Y'all get it if you're from the South. Anyway, he just popped that out of his head. Like, he's got such a good sense of humor. That's one of my favorite things about him. But anyway, so he goes, you mean like me? Stiff and wrinkly? He is funny. All right, so let's see here. Next. I did get me a new journal, but I think I'm going to show that at the end of this day. If y'all remind me, remember I tell y'all, remind me so we can go and get started. I'm going to try to lay out 3 discs. I don't know if that will work. We'll finish 3 today. Maybe we'll do 2, but I thought I'd at least lay 3 discs out. These are the 9-inch round discs. Let me go get a couple. Let me go get a couple off the wall in the next room. Hang on. Okay, I didn't pull them all off the wall. They're all hanging on my wall in the mural room. I pulled a few though, so y'all know if y'all are new here and you don't know what we're getting ready to do here. So these are some of the 9-inch ones. This is one of the more recent ones. I did these. I think I started them on stream. I don't know that I finished them on stream, but now I got to turn down the brightness. I think just a little here. There we go. All right. So, and they're all varnished. So, so these are some of the 9-inch ones. Here's one of the B ones. Pillar OBs. I think I did 2 or 3 of these. I only pulled 1. And then here's a couple of my ancient civilizations. This is the 9-inch. This is a 6-inch. This is the smallest ones. Well, they're not actually the smallest ones. I have, and Riri sent me some too. You can get them this small too. So, and they're just wood, balsa wood. You can get them. I get them at Hobby Lobby when they go 40% off for a pack of 3. And each one, like 3 of these or 3 of the large ones. And the large ones, I'll show you that in a minute. But anyway, so here's 2 of the, what do you call it ones? Ancient civilization ones. Let's see, Kathy. Which Kathy came in? It's her birthday. Let's see. Which Kathy's birthday? I saw somebody say happy birthday, Kathy, but I don't see Kathy. Kathy Berg? Is it Kathy Berg? Let's see. Scrolling back. There's Kimberly. I miss Kimberly. Said hi to Flo. I don't see Kathy Berg. Am I missing her somewhere? Is it Kathy Berg's birthday? I'm not seeing her at all. Thanks, Annette. Everybody's saying happy birthday to her, but I don't see her. All right, so there's some smaller sizes, this is what we're going to do today. And then some of the larger ones that I do, it's Kathleen. Okay, so somebody needs to tell me whose birthday it is. I don't know. I don't see whose it is. All right, so then these are some of the ones that are 14-inch. Kathy Berg. Okay, well, I just don't see her here right now. For whatever reason, I don't see her. But happy birthday, Kathy Berg. Kathy Berg streams at 10 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern, on Tuesdays. Hi, Devin. And Devin streams Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so this is one of my ancient civilization ones. This is the Tower of Babel. And then they're all different. Here's Cats in Space. I love this one. Oh my gosh. Hopping from meteor to meteor there. Hi, Tex. So maybe she had to go. Okay, thanks, Kathleen. So there's that one. Then this one's just a bird one. This is just a bird and some magnolias. So, and a lot of them are collage soup. There might be some poor toast thrown in here too. So, this is one of my favorites. I love this one. So, and they're all just on these wood. You like the wood cat in space, Tina? I should try to make you a prayer. Let me write that down, Tina. For you and the children. Where is my? I don't know what. Oh, there's a Sharpie. I do sometimes make prints of these, but they're only they're shrunk down to 8.5 by 11, size. Like, let me see. Do I have one over here? Let's see. Like this. So I'll print them. I'll put them on like here, just so y'all can kind of see what I'm talking about. I'll take one. Like, here's one. Here's the bird one, and then I'll cut them out, and I do these for thank yous and giveaways. I don't know that I've made the cat one, Tina. I'll have to take a picture of it. And then I outline all the wood discs with a metallic gold or copper or silver. Okay, so see, this is the size it turns out to be. But it still looks pretty good, doesn't it? And this is on some satiny paper, so it's really nice. All right, so let's see. Put that over here for now. All right, let's see. Oh, I said how to text. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. I have my Marley disc. Oh, that's true. I did make her a Marley disc. Then here's another dimensional space fish one. I love making these things because you can do so many things with it, right? And like this one has a silver edge. This one has a gold edge. This one has a copper edge. So they're all edged in a metallic. All right, here's another. This is my fall lady. Ball. I love this is one of my favorites. I love this one. My upside down dimensional medieval time travel world. So yeah, I love this one. And then here's an Alice in Wonderland one. And here's another castle medieval one. I made a couple of really cool ones, like for Samantha and Cameron. I made them each a London one. I made Samantha a girl in the library because she loves to read. So, but they have those. I have pictures of them, but I won't. I just wanted to pull a few for y'all so y'all know what I'm talking about. Seeing they're varnished. What I'm talking about when I'm saying I'm making these discs. If you had not been here before and didn't know what they were, that's what these turn into. Thanks, guys. They're all your favorites, Missy. All right, so let's see. One side's sometimes a little smoother than the other on the edge. So I'll pick the flattest, roundest edge. Okay, so now I pulled 3 or 4 books, and I'm just going to work out of those. I have no real plan. But I did kind of think of birds, flower. I got this It's Groovy Baby. So these are my collage soups that I thought of. I do have more botanical. Oh, and Lost Letters and Timekeeper's Atlas. So I pulled 5 books. Plus I just have Watch magazine images if I need more. So, and y'all know I keep them in these plastic sleeves, especially after I've started cutting into them because they'll fly all over the place. And oh, thanks, Missy. And so I think let's see what we want to start with. I think we want to start with Groovy, Flower, and Bird, and then the Timekeeper, and that can be accent pieces. So let's look at It's Groovy Baby. All right. Let me get a sip of my lemon water. All right, and I just pulled the books without even looking into them to see what I wanted to do. Let's turn the brightness back up a little. All right, there we go. That looks pretty good. Yes, thank you. That's the varnish I use. And then when I glue everything down, I use matte medium. I use golden matte medium. This is my glue that I glue things down, put a coat over the top, get it nice and flat, smash it down with some cards and get all the bubbles and wrinkles out. And then after everything's dry, and then of course I paint everything in. After it's all dry, that's when I varnish it with what a Cheshire Cat just posted. All right, let's look at It's Groovy Baby. Like I said, it's, they're all, I use these. So they are torn into, they're used. And that's why I keep them because they're kind of slick sometimes. So if you don't keep them in a sleeve, they're all over the place. All right, so let's see. And these are all collage soup. You can get them on Amazon, or you can get them from Emily Stone's collage soup. What do you call it? Website. She does have a lot of digitals too. So if you're up for printing things out, she does have a lot of digitals. I just like buying the books. I've never bought any of the digitals because I like having the books. So look at these ladies. They're so 50s, right? Maybe I should do something with some kind of a, background like this. I'm not sure. I'll pull one just in case. Mid-century modern design. I like these too because they're just kind of generic, but they're very, the pointy feet and the design. I'm not sure. We'll see. And I love this page. This would be a good one for some postcards. I'm just kind of trying to find some focal points. Here's some faces. Again, these are good for postcards. Here's some, look at these little hot mamas. They're pretty. Oh, look, this reminds me of the Shirelles or, Diana Ross and the Supremes. Maybe we should do that. Should we do that? Like that. Let's see. And I want to do 3 different ones. Now, I don't know if I'm going to finish 3 today, but let's see. Do I have, where's the other? What do I have? Let's see. I'll keep rolling through here for a minute. I want some, these are good for postcards. I really want kind of more bodies. Let's see. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. Let's see. Hello, Ellen. Hard House. Ooh, look at those. Aren't those cool? That one's cool too. I like that. I'm just going to flip through for a minute. I like this page too. I like that, and I like that. Okay, gotta find a couple more people pages. All right, let's go back. I do like this, but I don't know if it kind of goes with the vibe. Maybe I might have to use it because I don't have a lot of full body people here. Would you like that cat? Could do 2 cats. Could do 2 cats and the cool cats. See, I like these ladies, but they're not full, they have full body like this. There's these girls, maybe 1 or 2 of these girls. Let's see. Don't want the girls eating in the kitchen. I don't want those right now. Don't really want to do a guy. We did guys last time, I think. All right, so I'm going to go with these. Pull this back in here. See, this is why I keep them in sleeves. I can always go right back in here if I need them, but for right now, I'll shove it back in the sleeve. All right, then I'm going to kind of decide here what I want to do. And then we're going to go into maybe, I don't know if I want a bird on it now. Maybe we want Timekeeper, maybe Flower Power. Maybe some of these now that we went with these. Y'all still with the tour? Hi, Christine. How are we doing with the lighting? Because I changed my background, so it's kind of a little brighter color. Might need to turn the brightness down. So there we go. That's a little better. All right, so I think I'm going to do, some of this I'll cut and some of it I won't. I like the cat, but I don't know if I like the cat. Do you know what I mean? She's kind of space, and I don't know if I want the cat. I think the cat might have to go. I'll cut this down a little too. And I can also tear, because if you tear, like right here, if you tear edges, they blend better. All right, so I think we're going to go with her. Keep the cat for another day. Some of this can just go in my box. In my box of scraps. Okay, so I like her. Let's see what we can do here. 3 of these girls are not going to fit on this small disc. Well, they may, but not very well. Okay, let's see here. Maybe. All right. Let's see. And that girl can go. Okay. Hang on. Okay, she's going to go. There was no plan this morning. It was I just knew I wanted to do some discs. Let's see what's going on with this. Just gotta. Okay. Of course, we'll blend everything in with paint and everything. Let's just trim this down a little on the top. All right, there's disc 2. They're not going to necessarily be a set, you know. I'm just, rolling with out of that book, which was, I want to keep the books separate so I can if I post them on Instagram, I always give credit to Emily's books. All right, so there's those 2, and this one's going to have some of these, some kind of, I like that right there. Let's see. Kind of like that on her head. I like that right there. I don't like this, so let's go with something like this. Okay, I'm just trying to make it kind of fit, so I can just kind of make a dent here. All right. Just like collage. You can do so much with it. What happened with Tex, Cindy? Oh, she just had to leave. I don't see what's going on. There's Kathy. Happy birthday, Kathy. Happy birthday. All right, let's see. Somehow I missed you a minute ago. All right, so there's that girl. And let's see. I think I want her to be kind of like that. And do I want anything else down here? I don't want that right point. I don't want that piece pointy right there. That just kind of bothered me. But this could go up here. Oh yeah, I like that with the little star thing there. So let's go with that. See, I'm just kind of making a dent on the circle, so I can kind of find the way that it looks good to me. Let's see, like this. There we go. I like that. Alrighty, one more. And then we'll add some of the designs around and in, however we want. All right, let's see about these ladies now. They're going to have to fit. Do I only want 3? Well, no, let's see. You have to get them all in there somehow because their arms are overlapping. So we're going to have to get at least 4 of them. And I don't like just 4 things. So let's see. Their legs will be... Okay, if I move her up, those ones can be down here. Or I can just make their legs down here. You don't see them. I think I'll do that. Okay. If you have any questions, just put it in caps. I'm just going to work away until I see y'all say something to me. Oh, I do like this. I do like that. Maybe with these girls. That looks good. All right. Now, do I want something like this behind her? Let's see here. let's just do a little cut around her. There we go, like that. All right. I like that. Retro. You think? I see it as 50s and the 60s. This is definitely 60s. Is this 60s or 50s? These to me are like 60s. Maybe, and some of the designs are mid-century modern, so they'd be like 50s. Like this, like early 60s. These designs here. So I do like some of these. Let's see, do I want this over here maybe? Kind of in there. Like that in there. Move her over. There's some of that in there. And then remember, I got my acrylic markers so that I can do small details. Lots of colors. She's going to need something over here. Let's see. Oh. Not a lot, just a little something, something. Okay, she's got her waist is right there. Let's cut her waist in. And then like that right there. Okay. I just got an idea from watching you. Can collage some open spaces in a buddy coloring. I don't know what to do with. Yes, I've collaged on color book pages, Kim. Have you tried it before? Collaging on color book pages? You certainly can. I'm just bringing up some of the black right up to here. All right. And then what I do to kind of keep the pages where I want them, or keep the pieces where I want them, is I just get out some more discs, or at least one disc, you just need one. And then I can just matte medium this and move it over a little at a time. Or you can take a picture of it and just look at your picture. If you get it lined up fairly well, you want to keep it, kind of lined up. And then also, I don't know, I thought about some of the timekeeper. I love elements of time, especially on this girl over here. So I might start by gluing some of this down first, but let's just get them lined up here, laid out a little bit. All right, then this one, I like this over here next to her, like that. And of course, I'm going to paint, add gold, whatever. Let's see what else I got over here. Kind of like that over here on her. Probably that right there. I don't know how much room. There we go. I'm just making an indent. You know, I'm pushing down on the edge of the circle. And it's making a, see the dent? Then I can cut it. View, are you still here? Are you still with the tour? I know View's been starting to do a lot of collage. All right, see, I like that right there. And we're going to need something else over here, I think. I can just paint it black too, but I'm trying to use some of these cool designs, you know. That's too much like the color of her shirt. Let's see what else pieces we got over here. I'll know it when I see it. Ah, that's good. Not enough of it though. Maybe just that. Now, it gets lost with that sun. Let's see what else we got over here. I might have to get the book back out if I don't find something. Seems like there'd be something on here. Like, I do like this. And I like that. This is probably going to work. Somehow this is going to work. I'm trying to be careful right here too. You know, I don't want it to look like she's got one of those 50s pointed bras on. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't want anything pointy right here. No, nothing pointy. Let's see. I still like that. I'm thinking this just might work right in here though. With the sun and the star. I think that might work. Like that. That'll work. Let's see. I said hi to Christina. There's View. I really try hard to keep it. Okay, yeah. We try, don't we, View, around here? Let's see. They're taking notes. Okay, all right. All right, so I think I'm going to start with this. Now let's go ahead and let me cut this down. Like that. All right, so we got this going on. We got this. Let's see about her. Let's move this over here. I like that on top right there. This kind of like that. This is going to kind of be right in there. I don't know if I need something over here. Maybe it just needs some color. I don't know if it really needs any more design. Let's see. I don't want to hear where that red does clash. Oh, yeah, it does a little bit. Let's see. Maybe that. It needs to be in two pieces, though. Go over to there. That. I think something like that. All right, we got a base. And then, do I want to go ahead and pick some elements of time? Let me look at the time key. This is a lot of steampunk. I don't want to really go back into the steampunk era, so I might just look into just some watches and clocks, and then maybe, what else do I want? I don't really want flowers in here. This doesn't, I think all I need really all I think I need in this is some element of time. So let's look at some watch pieces here. Like this right here is a good color for like this one, but it's big. I'm just going to flip through here and see what I can find. That one's good for this one. I'm going to have to find some more modern things, I think. Like I like this little piece right here. This one might work in here. I like that. The color. That's a good color for that. I think I'll leave that. Let me just trim this out. Where's my scissors? Are y'all bored yet? I hope y'all aren't bored watching me just kind of organize. But, you know, I get people going, well, I want to see you start from scratch. But it takes a while to do all this. And by the time we get down to down to the wire, you know, I like the color of this, but I'm not sure I can get it to fit or work. Because it's big. Let's tear that in half. Maybe we can do this. Actually, it probably needs to be up there. I like that. Okay. Never bored. Oh, thanks, Devin. Thanks, guys. I try to keep it moving, you know. So that's the least I can do is keep it moving. All right, so now my Shirelles, I don't know who they are really, need something very, like the color, but it's not, I'll leave it there for a minute. Maybe something like, let's see. Looking, thinking, planning. It's too blue. I like that it's not really, don't know the silver. That might be too, let me just cut a little piece out and see. Right, and then wrong colors. I don't want copper. Put it behind her. Oh, maybe right there. Okay. Something like that. Okay. I think I'm going to roll with something like this. All right. There we go. Do I need anything else on this one, though? That's just going to go there. Let me take a quick gander real quick. I'm thinking another little piece right here. Ooh, that color's good right there. Too much the same. Yeah, another piece of watch. Why am I not finding one? I need to probably. Oh, here we go. Let's try this. I think I might want it the other way. Needs to be less words there. And I always cover up the words of the names of the watches and stuff. Something like that right there. I like that little 25 there, though. Okay, something like this. All right. I think we're good. Let's put some of these little pieces in the scrap pile. Put all this watch pieces back in the snap. All right, hang on. Devin said on the one, and it went off the chart. All right. Let me see what she said. On the one, scrolling back. On the one on the left, saying, "What time do you gals got?" Oh my gosh. She's the color, the dresses. Martha Reeves. The Vandals. Yes, the Vandals. Yes, Kat, the Vandals. Okay. All right. So let's see what we're going to start with here. All right. Let me start by putting all these scraps into I have one box that holds scraps like this. I keep it right over here. I'm going to throw them in. And when that box is full, then something's got to go. All the other scraps, if it's a scrap, like I'm talking stuff like this that aren't, any scrap will go back in the pack that it came from. All right, so now we're really just stuck with this Groovy baby and some watches. Okay. Oh wait, where did this go? Where was this? Or was this just a piece? Did I have this somewhere? I think I did have it somewhere. I don't remember where now. Did I have that on here? Was it right here? No, it wouldn't have been there because I would have made it look booby, look too much of a. Maybe it didn't go over here at all. I just have this. It looks like I cut it for a reason, but I can't tell. All right, we'll just go there for now. All right. All right, we're ready to start. We're ready to start gluing. All right, so I'm just going to set these and keep let's start with this one because it's kind of a lot of pieces here. Let's go with this one. All right, so let me get some wax paper. Come on, guys. Might need two. All right, I'm just going to move these off here for now because otherwise I'm going to be fighting with them moving around. So let's put this right here. I'll do this one next. Put one behind me here. So I don't have to worry about avoiding them, All right, so we're going here. All right. Y'all ready to start gluing? Should we zoom in one? There we go. Hi, Mama 4. Anybody else I missed coming in while I was going through collage stuff? All right, let's see. Let's get a fresh coffee lid here. My golden matte medium. I keep a bag on it so that it doesn't glue the lid. And that might be enough for a minute. Let's see if I can get them all glued down. Then we'll paint. And you'll know I paint the backs of them and everything, but I don't do that on the stream because that would be too tedious to watch. All right, let's see. Let me get a. Okay, I'm gonna get a brush. I'll get it wet. Just to. I probably should have got fresh water. Oh well. Okay, so let's see. Let's just start by putting down the matte medium. So I put down a generous coat. So there's wax paper there. Okay, I'm going to have to turn these little things that are hanging down inside there. There we go. All right, now you just got to kind of work back to front. We got mainly this big piece here. So I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of go like this, kind of go like this so I know where they're going, like that, and start with this big piece here. Move this over here. I'm going to turn it over. I've also put the matte medium on the back. If you want it to lay down really well without wrinkles, you need to put your matte medium on your base, on the back paper, and over the top. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. Now, before I actually, glue it down, I know I want some things tucked up under the side. So let's go ahead and do that. Can move it for a minute, but not too long. Okay. And then I want this watch. Remember, I'm also going to paint in things. All right, let's see. I was going to put this behind her head there, but I decided on the watch instead. So we don't need that. This needs to tear down just a little so it fits down on top of her head too without cutting this off. So there we go. Get some baby wipes. And then what did I have over here? This little piece, I think. Okay. There we go. All right, now I'm going to put a generous amount over the whole thing. And you want a lot on it when you go to mash it down so that it's not going to be dragging on the ink or the paper. It'll be smooth to do this with if you have enough on here. And I don't care if anything gets on the back because that's going to get painted over. So that's later, but I do want to keep it on the wax paper. There we go. And you can hold it up to the light and you can see if you got any wrinkles, bubbles, or anything like that. But you want a lot of matte medium so that you can do this. It dries clear. So, okay, looks like I got it. And then anything hanging over the edge, I can trim in a minute. All right, so there we go. I'm just going to get any excess off here. Now let's just kind of clean this up for the next one. Put that here. Uh-oh, one of my watches went flying. There. All right, let me go ahead and just put some, I want to glue their little hats on here. Okay. Okay, now let's go ahead and get everything started. I put a lot on. Don't be stingy with the matte medium. And I know it's not cheap, but nothing works like it, in my opinion. You know, it won't leave things sticking together, especially if you're using anything in an art journal, which I'll try to flip through my art journal after a while too, because it's the same kind of situation that I'm doing here, except I'm doing it in an art journal, my red journal, which I was hoping to finish this year, but that ain't happening. But it won't stick your pages together, and neither will the gold. Let me get it here. My Duragloss, this Deco Art, Americana Deco Art Dura Clear High Gloss Indoor Outdoor. This is the shiny glossy stuff that you got to make sure everything's, leave it overnight before you put that on. Sometimes I'll put it on if I'm doing a postcard or something and we're in a hurry. I'll go ahead and do it after I just hit it with the heat gun. But when you're doing something like this, it's a lot of work and everything. You want to make sure it's really dry before you throw on what do you call it? Varnish. You want it to be dry before you put varnish. When the matte medium dries, yeah, that's what I always do, Ellen. You haven't watched enough of my Ellen. All right, so now let's move this over here. Let's put this. I always paint in things. I always get the paint out or the markers or something, and color pencils sometimes. All right, so now let's move this back over here. And let's put her right where I wanted it over here. Gotta move it down a little. There we go. All right, now I want these. And this. See here, right where I want it. There. Okay. All right, put lots on here now so that when I use the card to mash everything down, it moves, kind of glides over. If you don't have enough matte medium, you're going to either be tearing, and I've done it, or rip up. You'll rip up your pieces. And also, the only other thing that I would recommend if you're going to use any like fashion magazine girls, that's the hardest one to get wrinkles out of them without tearing, because the fashion magazines like Vogue and all those, they will they're very inexpensive magazines that you might pay something for them, but their fashion magazines are some of the cheapest paper and ink in magazines. All right, hang on, I want to look at this. I got some. All right, I'm going to get a fresh card. That one's really getting. Okay, I'm going to need. I see a couple wrinkles, so let's see if I can get those out. They will, fashion magazines will tear and wrinkle really easy. Whereas like Collage Soup here, they're a little sturdier, and some of the other like Pour Toast, and depending on you just have to kind of test. But you want to be careful if you keep scraping on it. Once this is like, I've got all the matte medium scraped off now. If I keep scraping on this, it's going to get, it's going to tear through. Do you know what I mean? Okay, Ellen. Okay, there's a wrinkle right there in her forehead. I don't know if I can get that out. I might not have had enough matte medium in that one spot underneath, but it's too late now. So, you got to. But also when you varnish, it does kind of help too. All right, so there's the second one. Again, I'll trim off all the edges here in a minute. All right, let's try to get a little bit of a clean space for the last one. All righty. Okay, let's get the third one over here. Oh, don't fly away. Alrighty, last one. Okay, well, let's see. I'm not sure what view asks. Matte medium, collage item, matte medium, scrape, yeah. And then you can either hit it with the heat gun to set it a little bit and then start painting in. Then after everything's set and dry, I would let it dry overnight before you varnish. Okay, and then put your varnish on. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit more matte medium here. Not too much. Looking at the wrong order. Well, sometimes the order of it can change. Like I can glue this stuff down and I decide, all right, now I want something else, or a final little something. Maybe I wanted something in her hand. And that's like I've already painted everything, glued everything, done everything. Then if I just need something in her hand, I just might take my tacky glue and glue it down because I know I'm going to varnish. Now, once you varnish everything, you don't really want to go back there and paint. I've corrected a few things in my red journal, those robots, where I didn't let the varnish dry completely and it peeled up something. I go back in and paint that back in. It's not shiny anymore. So you got to varnish, it's this process. You just want to make sure that everything's dry in between. See, did you get my teacher voice on view? I get my teacher voice on and I'm not a teacher. I tell y'all that all the time, but I get my teacher voice on when I'm trying to, get y'all to pay attention. Now pay attention, Ellen. I'm just picking on you, Ellen. I'm not really. View. I get that voice like, now pay attention, people. And it's funny because in my head, I'm not even thinking like that. I'm not thinking strict or you got to do this. I'm not thinking that way, but it comes out that way. Yes, before Janet hands me a ruler. Oh my gosh, why isn't my mouse moving? Come on, mouse. Why aren't you moving? Let's see. Let's turn it off and back on. There we go. I was going to click on it. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so now let's see what layers are where. Okay, this back layer needs first here. So let's just pull this out here. Let's flip this over. This is I'm trying to keep it on the wax paper anyway. All right, so, and you want a lot because if you have a lot, it's not going to bump, you're not going to get the wrinkles. It seems like if you have a lot, it's going to wrinkle, but that real wet is what allows you to mash everything down really well. So, okay, so let's see here. And remember, I did have it, I kind of cut it, cut it down around the edges. All right, now I'm going to leave those edges up just a little bit because I might have something to tuck under there. So you can do that for just a minute. Now it's going to dry kind of quick, but you don't want to lay that down and try to peel it back up. All right, so I want her right here. Let her down there. And you have to put more matte medium where you're going to lay another layer of paper over the top. So I want to kind of really make sure that's really glued down underneath before I start putting another layer here on top. Okay, now let's see here. I wanted something under here, didn't I? This over here. And if you glue something down, and you go, oh, that should have been up underneath. Then what you have to do is then you just have to, like this. I'm going to have to just cut it down. So I wanted this up underneath here. It's too late. Well, I probably really could do it real quick and pull it up, but I don't want to take a chance of that tearing. So I'm going to go right here. I know that that's going to, I want that cut right there. Okay, a little bit up here. No, I don't want it right there. Where's my brush? Here it is. Plus, remember, you can paint anything. Okay, and this little piece I wanted right in here. And you get faster at it the more you do. You know, after you've done hundreds of them, you get faster at it and you kind of know, well, that's not going to work. This is going to work. You know, you just kind of start. Okay. And also another tip, and I just thought of it because I've done it before, is if when you're doing gluing things down, don't put you've got your matte medium on your fingers. Don't put your hand down on it here and set it for any length of time, because when you remove your hand, you're going to peel your paper. So be aware that your hands are sticky. So you don't want to push down or do too much touching on it because you're going to peel that up. All right, so now I wanted some of this over here. And then this over here. Right about there, I think. And put matte medium. Every time you put another layer, add more matte medium. It's just, you know. Okay, there we go. All right, now let me see here. Let me move this. I'm going to clean up a little bit of this. And I'll just leave this over here in case I want to glue something else down. I'll have this handy. Let's just kind of my scissors. Okay, you can still use this. All right. Before I put this in water, I'll wipe off any excess so you're not filling your water jug or whatever you rinse your brushes in full of matte medium. So get rid of the excess. The other thing too, and I show this to you all the time, is some more baby wipes here. I'm going to fill that up. This is not coming off without fingernail polish remover. So, you know, I have a craft scrubby. It gets off some, but it's going to crust up on your hand, especially when you're doing 3 of them like we are. That's not coming off with just a baby wipe. You're going to have to get in there with some fingernail polish remover to get all that off. And so that's why my fingernails are a different color every time, because I have to remove the polish at the end of the stream. All right, so there we go. Let's see here. Let's make sure that's not a whole bunch of mess there. Make sure my scissors are sort of cleaned off, Janet. All right, quick check of chat, and let me get a sip of water. A bite of banana. And let's see. Janet comes on at 1. There's Janet. She comes on at 1 Eastern. Let's see. Did I say hi to you, Arlene? I think I did. Let's see. Okay. Put it in caps. If it's not in caps, I'm assuming that you're not talking to me. And I do try to catch as much of that chat as I can, but also know that I'm paying attention, looking for anything in caps so I can keep working and just glancing. You know, I'm doing this. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit these with a heat gun. Then I'm going to trim them, and then we'll get out some paint. Okay. Oh, I got some matte medium on my hair. There we go. All right, let me plug this in. All right, I am out of baby wipes in here, so I need to open a new pack. Let's do that real quick. I use Huggies Natural because there's no soap in them and they're unscented. They're my favorite baby wipes. All right, now let's go ahead and hit this with the heat tool here. Hi, Beth. Anybody else coming in on this? Karen? I see a little bubble right in there. Sometimes adding the heat will help, but you really want to try to make sure you get your bubbles and wrinkles out while you're smashing with the matte medium. Like right there, I see one. It's got a little wet there. Is it your birthday month too, View? Hi, Dot. Yeah, I know it's Janet's. And Kathy Berg is today. Well, it's not Janet's birthday today. It's her birthday month. Yeah. Her birthday's the 14th. Okay, may not be dry enough, but we're going to stop a minute and see. All right, so now just turn them over and anything hanging over. Let's take my little Subi scissors here. Go around, make sure. And I will edge it in gold or copper or silver. I think in this case, maybe silver. I think I'll edge them all in silver. All right, let's turn the next one over. And I get the cake plate holders, you know, the not cake plate. Well, yeah, people that used to collect cake plates and decorative plates. I guess that's what they call them. The hangers, you know. You can use them on the wall, or they're stands, like little stands that you can put these on. So if you make them, you can put them on a little stand. That's what I have them on in the other room on the wall. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's do this one. Let's make sure that's stuck real good. You can always go back and add, you know, some more glue if you missed any place. All right, turn this one over. Okay. All right. With the scissors. All righty, let's see. Said hi to Mama Force, Cindy. Said hi to Kathy. I try to catch everybody, but you know, I do miss people. All right, so now let's see what we want to do next. I don't know which one I want to do first, and they're all going to need different colors. Let me throw this card away. I have tons of gift cards. I don't need to keep the messy ones, but I will keep this in case I need to glue anything else. So I'll set that to the side. And let's see which one I want to start and what colors we will need. I have my acrylic paint pens, multiple sets. And one of the reasons I got the paint pens was so that I can do small areas. Now, I think I might go ahead and get a little bit of black done, like fill in, and then we'll go back and fill back in with paint pens. So let's go ahead and let's get one of these. And you can clean these off, by the way. Some people like the paint skins and used to make things with them, but I never got into that. But I can keep a clean tray by just getting rid of the paint on there. Okay, so let's get a little bit of black. This one's almost empty. I got a new one. If y'all didn't know, we talked about it last week. The I got a brand new one of these. What do you call it? Deco Art Americana Hobby Lobby's not going to be carrying it anymore. Guess Michael still will, and of course other places too. But this one was almost done, so that. Let's see. Got my baby wipe. Let's get a little brush. I got my little Arlene brushes, and I got some of these other little tiny brushes for the. Hang on. Arlene sent me a whole bunch of these little brushes, and then I'm also going to use for my acrylic paint brushes. I've been using my little fingernail brushes, which I know there's some here somewhere. Where'd I put them? Because they're nice and tiny, these little things. I'll show you. Let me dig a couple of them out here. Might need to order me some more. I like these little fingernail brushes. This one's a little big, but they're real stiff, and so stiff and wrinkly like Hubster. Y'all were here earlier. That was so funny that he said that this morning. Here's a couple. I said, yeah, my shirt needs to go in the dryer. It's all stiff and wrinkly. And he went, like your husband? So anyway, like, see, these are fingernail brushes. You can get you can get them like they come with the dot tools, like these things right, these things right here. Let me grab one. You can get them. They come in sets of brushes and the little fingernail dot tools. These kind of things. You get for like $5 on Amazon. So if you get a hankering, and they're just little tiny, some of them are even shorter than this. So I'll just get a couple here. Let me get as much of this black paint off my hands as I can. Did it dry thing? I don't know if it run through there. Let's push that cord thing back up under a bracelet there. Okay, now, so let's just use this one here. So I'm just going to start by getting some. Okay, and another benefit of using Golden Matte Medium, they're not paying me. I'm not sponsored. Although at one time, probably 10 years ago, I did. They had a program, and they may still, but I haven't checked into it in years. I get the teeny ones for nail art too, and the facial features on dolls. Yeah, see, right, Arlene? If y'all don't follow Arlene on Instagram, y'all need to. She does a lot of dimensional things and a lot of things with dolls and stuff. Very cool stuff. Very, very. She does some surrealistic stuff too. So, another reason that's nice to have the matte medium is because there's a coat of matte medium on here. If you get paint somewhere you don't want it, you can take a baby wipe while it's wet and get rid of it real quick. So I think what I'm going to start with my fingers, and I'm going to just go ahead and get this. And also, the other thing is you can blend with them. You can blend with baby wipes on the paint. So let's just do a little bit of blend right here. And then you can smooth it out with a baby wipe, or you can do a lot of things, but because of the matte medium on there, you can just do some cool blendy effects. So I'm going to do that all the way around. And I'm putting some on the edges here, but the edges will end up being painted over with silver. In this case, silver. Sometimes, like I said, I do gold or copper. But I'm going to go in and do all the edges here and just kind of. And then we'll paint on details. And maybe some stars or other things. All right, but first I'm just going to get this on. All right, now I'm going to set this down. And I'll probably do a little bit of, just a little bit of blend here. And maybe some with the baby wipe, some with the brush. Want it soft. If you wipe too much off, you just go put some more back in. There we go. Needs a little bit more up here. There we go. All right, so there's our start. Oh, needs a little bit right here. And again, the edges will all be painted silver. I'll probably add some stars and some different things here. So that's a good base. So let me get some fresh baby. Go through a lot of baby wipes too. Get some of the paint off before I move to the next one. Let's see. Well, I haven't painted on the inside yet. This is just, getting it kind of set in. All right, so let's go ahead and set this right over here. I'll hit it with the heat gun in a minute. All right, let's take the next one. And again, I don't care if any paint or anything gets on the back because the backs get painted. All right, so let me go ahead and wipe up. Let me put this in water because it's going to take a minute to clean that brush. It's going to take a minute. Paint dries fast on brushes. All right, let's see what we want to do on this one. Same thing. I just want to kind of get it set in. Oh, I got to get a new rug for under my chair. Okay, let's see. Now this is still wet, damp. So I don't want to just put my thumb on here and set my thumb on there while I'm doing all this, because when I lift my thumb, it's going to peel that paper up. So I want to keep that in mind while that's still wet. So I'm being extra careful about the pressure of my finger on this wet. I mean, it's damp, I should say. But it's enough to peel the paper up if I'm not careful. So I'm just going to go around all the edges here, and then I'll go in there with the brush. And as you're doing this, if you want to make it more surrealistic or odd, you can add all kinds of things. And we could go in there with the little robot guys. We could put some robots in there. You can do all kinds of things, with your collages. I'll paint around that. Okay, so you can go through a lot of baby wipes. because you want clean ones when you're doing this kind of thing. Otherwise, you're just moving. You're just going to be moving the paint, and you just need a clean spot every time you start moving it around. Like that. If you cover up too much, and go in there and wipe it out. Okay, need to wipe out some more. Okay, like that. All right. All right, let me clean my brush. All right, looking at chat. Let's see. They need those awesome belts. Sam makes, yeah, right? They could use those cool looking belts Sam makes or something. I mean, we can add some more stuff. We could go through and look at another book, you know. All right, now right here, I need just this right here. If there's any white edges, you can blend them in very easily. If they're, especially if they're torn edges. It's so easy to blend a torn edge. So, oh, hi, John. Thank you so much. John did his first, well, he and Judy did the first recap of the first episode of the season on Wednesday. So the Oak Island comes on Tuesdays. And then John does a recap on Wednesday night about 7:30, I think. And so, yeah, thanks, John. Thanks for coming by and supporting the channel. I appreciate that. Hey, gang. Y'all go support John's channel, too. Even if you don't watch Oak Island, go give him a follow. Thanks, Tina. It's good to see you, John. I hope your mom's doing okay. All right, let's see here, guys. See, look how quick you go through a baby wipe. All right, let's just kind of blend this in just a little bit more. All right, so there's two. Let's go to the third one here and get this one blended in. And then we're going to get out the acrylic paint markers and start fiddling with the little pieces of color and things. And I might go look in the robot book and see if we can add some robot accoutrement to these, because, you know, that would fit in the, you know, late 50s, early 60s kind of vibe. All right, let's see what we're going to do here. All right, let's go ahead and do a little edge first. So thanks everybody for being here and supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. Now you got to kind of be quick about this. If you want to blend any out, you're going to have to do it before it dries, you know. So I am being pretty quick, but at the same time, you can add a little bit more to it if you need to. I just want to kind of get go around the edge here with the black, and then we'll blend in. And then we'll hit it with the heat gun again. And then we will see about some robot. Something. Okay. Okay. Now. All right. All right, now fresh baby white. Because you're removing paint, so you have to keep having a clean thing, while you're wiping it up. Need a little bit more right there. There we go. Now, a lot of it you can do with the brush. I like just getting in there and getting my hands in it. Let's blend this out a little here. We're going to add some more color in here too. All right. All right, I think that's good. Now let's go back up here with a brush. All right. Can't look at chat for just a minute. While this is wet, I got to keep it moving. Okay. All righty. Want this smoothed out over here. There we go. That's better. All right. Now, let's see. Do you think the golden matte medium will wrinkle color book paper? Yes, it will wrinkle color book paper. It's a liquid. Anything, if you're working on a thin copy paper, thin color book paper, it'll wrinkle it. Why would you want to put the matte medium? Because you want to add collage to it, Kim? What I would do is, if you want to add collage, this is what I do. If I want to add collage to a color book page, I will just get my, this glue or your glitter glue. It's not glitter though. It's just called that. This glue. And glue down your collage elements. Make sure when you put the glue on the back of something like this, you smooth it out. Smooth out the glue, whether you're using that or your, other kind of glue. What I mean is, like, if you're gonna, let's say you're gonna glue this on a color book page. What you want to do is you put your glue down and you smooth it out with your finger like this, edge to edge, all the way to the edge. And then you glue that down and it won't wrinkle if you smooth it out like this and glue this down. The reason that you can do this on your color book page, you're not going to put varnish. You're not going to varnish your color book pages. So if you just wanted to put that on a color book page, just an element somewhere, then you can just glue it down like that. Okay. Let me see if you have any more questions. The right side of your desk seems a bit dark. Over here, it's probably because of this. Is that better? I can brighten everything up. How's that? Now, see, I got a little smudge on her chin there. I'll probably have to paint that in because I let it dry. Yeah, maybe I can get it a little bit. Got a little bit of black smudge on her chin from the paint. I don't want to rub it too much because I'll be rubbing into the picture there. Super glue. I don't know about super glue. I don't use super glue on anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're not meaning actual super glue. I'm not sure what you're meaning. This is tacky glue. And then the other glue I showed was the glitter glue, which has no glitter in it. Art glitter glue. It's probably because I had that black thing there. Plus this, is that better? All right, let's get some fresh Get some fresh wax paper here in a minute. It's also, this is darker purple over here compared to the bright yellow here. You know? Let's see. So if you have another question, stop on time. I missed something I missed you saying something about it. So ask again if I missed your question. All right, so real quick, while this is sitting here, I'm going to go ahead and hit them all with a heat tool in a minute, but I'm going to go wash my hands. Now, the matte medium won't come off, but I can get most of the paint off. So give me just a second. Got the bulk of it off anyway. The places where I have matte medium glued, where there's matte medium, it's going to stick. But all right, let's see. It's not that noticeable, Miriam. I got most of it off already. Let's see. All right. So I got the bulk of it off there. All right, now let me wipe my glasses off. I got a drop of water on them. All right, so now let me go ahead and dry them just a little bit here. Then we'll go in and play with some acrylic paint. Oh no, I want to get out a couple of, what do you call it? Robots. And the edges are probably still wet too. Okay, we'll just let them sit here for a minute. Now I got two flashed out. Let's turn the brightness back down just a little. There we go. So it's true to the color. All right, now let me get the robot book. I think it's right here. I think I saw it a minute ago or this morning. Let's see. Hang on, I'm flipping through my book. There it is. Flipping through my books. Robotropica. All right, let's see what we can find in here. Let's see what we can add to this. Why not? Okay, maybe I need to move this around so I have some space. I could zoom out, but then you won't be able to see. Oh, this rug is really annoying. My chair does not want to roll on this rug anymore, and I don't know why. It's not like it's old or anything. Doesn't want to roll, though. I have to stand up to get it to move. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. And I don't want something this big. You know, I mean, that's kind of cool looking. Look, they're all looking at it. It could be right there. A smaller one could be right in between them. You know what I mean? If I find a smaller one, that would be cool. But we'll see. I'm just going to flip and look. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. Funny Devin. Right. I want actual, I mean, all this stuff is cool, but I want something robot, you know? I want some robot something. What I'm doing is looking at the image and looking at all three collages. Now, see, this would be good in here. This one's too big. I do like this. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't think it'll work, but I gotta make it. Gotta make an effort. Just because I think it's cool looking. Hang on. I'll keep some of the neck sticking out of the. Look. What do y'all think? Do one of them need to be covered up or like ghosted? You know what I mean? Like, and I can, not cover up the face. It could just be there kind of like that. Do you know what I mean? Could just have one in there. Could have it because she could be kind of hiding behind one, or it could be like the head of this one is behind her face. Do you know what I mean? What do y'all think? Kind of like it. I don't know. I do kind of like it. Tina goes, eh. You went, yes. It is kind of cool. And then this could be behind her face, this one. I don't want to cover up her face. But because they have the watches on their heads like that, I kind of like it. And then some of this can maybe be over here. Do I have how are we voting? Try over the green. Well, you mean just like cover her up like that? Well, then I lose her body. I lose her body line, Say, could do that, but I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it should go there? Cover one up like that? What do y'all think? Like that? Now, again, we're gonna lose that much of our body. Ultimately, I know that, Tina. I already know that. I know it's mine. I can do what I want. If I know, I wouldn't have asked you. The one on the right. Okay, let's try her. Now it just looks like a robot. It doesn't look like a trio. What do y'all think? Well, yeah, cat and paste, I need a bigger disc. This is already glued down, honey. That ain't coming back up to put on a bigger disc. So I don't know. All right, we'll just leave that sitting here for a minute. So no, we don't know. All right, let's keep rolling. Oh my gosh. Let's see. And I'm looking at all three of the discs here. When I'm flipping through here, I'm looking at all of them. See, I like this. I like that one of this, like him, smaller, could be right in there, fitting in there. You're so funny. All right, let's see here. And I like this one too. This one would be good over here on the side, right in here. It's a little fadey looking. I don't know. This one's good too. I do like that one. See, isn't that cool? Well, they're not necessarily a set. I did 3 different ones using the book, but they're not necessarily a set per se. Let's see. Oh, here we go. See? One of these girls. Oh, but then I have to lose this one. I don't know. Because I might want him on that. There's probably some more something shaped this way. Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Like this one too. It's kind of got a smile. Of course, I can get rid of the smile. There's one of these running ones. Keep the birds. Might use this one. There. Hang on. I'm just going to keep flipping. You need this book, Kathy? It's fun. It is a fun book. Y'all are so funny. Here we go. See these little guys here? It's too little, though. Maybe one of the little ones. Let's see what's on the back side. Yeah, we can lose that. Let's get this one right here. Okay. And then if I want, I really like that other big robot. Okay. So I'm about done here. Got a few that I've cut out here in the back. Pieces. I might like him. I like that, but I like this better. Sometimes you just got to pick a side. All right, I think I got them all now. Let's try these. All right, so let's cut. Let's cut and play here. Oh, wait, I did want that other. Or did I want this? I think I want that. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, let's do this one first. Hang on. All right, hang on, guys. Got to give me a minute to fussy cut. And see, now I could, if I didn't have my matte medium sitting over here ready to go, I could just glue this on top. And the only thing about doing that is if I glue this on top and I want to add some more paint on top, you won't be able to remove the paint off of it without a coating of matte medium on these. And let's just say you go to paint on top of this, you can paint on top of it, but you're not going to be able to remove paint. All right. But I have matte medium sitting there. I could just dip my finger in it and glue it down. Let's just play a minute. See, it takes a minute to do all this. I'll try to, and I know I won't finish them all on stream, so y'all make sure and go over to my Instagram later, and I'll try to finish them maybe while I'm modding at Janet's. Sit here and mod and cut and glue, and I'll try to paint some on one or two of them while we're sitting here. All right, let's go ahead and cut this down here. Hang on. Okay. I don't want to cover up that watch 100%. Let's see, maybe I should just put them somewhere in between. I did think about him right there, though. I might not use him because I like this watch that kind of ties those together. We'll see about him because I wanted one of these in here, or maybe even over her. What if she just has a robot head? What if she has the robot head? Maybe a couple of them have robot heads. We don't even need the bodies. Now we're cooking. All right. And I may not need this little antenna either. but we'll keep it for a second. There we go. Now we're cooking. Oh my gosh, do I need one more? Do I need another robot head? Do they all need robot heads? Maybe we just need to piece them together. Thanks everybody for hanging out. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's get rid of the legs. Let's get rid of that other arm. All right, let's smooth the neck down just a little. All right, so we got that one. Okay, let's see. Let's see. It's too white. That's too white there. No, it's too distracting. Maybe just an arm. It's to that white. I'll have to cover that white up. It's too distracting. All right, what other pieces? Do I have any pieces left? I don't know. Got this little guy. Do I want his little body in there? Let's take his arms off. What do y'all think? I'm not liking this particular arm. I need a different. Oh, I need this arm. This is the arm I need. Hang on. I know I'm missing some comments y'all are making in chat. I'll scroll back here just a second. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking. All right, there we go. And then, do I need this arm on something else maybe, or as a hand? That might work like that. A little piece of that there. That's good. Okay, what else do I have? That may be enough. You know, it's a little bit of here and there. All right, let's just roll with this. Let's roll with this. So, or does she need a robot hand? She needs something on her head. Just a little mech something. Let's find something mech. Okay, there we go. All right. Maybe a little belt. Like one of the Samantha belts. Okay, that's good. All right, I think we're good. Now, let's go ahead and glue these down, and we'll move on to the next one. We got to decide where we want this girl on the girls over here. All right, so let's go ahead and get my matte medium, a baby wipe. It's paper towel and baby wipe. All right, let me scroll back. I know I'm missing some funny things. The lady second from the right is saying, Shirley, your robot torso is showing. Devin. Yes, Stepford Wives 2.0. Exactly, Miriam. This is my kind of Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Hi, Ray. It's a bot parade. Yes, it's a bot parade. Yes, it is up Arlene's alley. Let's see. Much better. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. And I'm just going to I'll get a little piece of wax paper. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to glue with my finger. Janet, what are you going to do today? Did you can name it? It's a bot. It's a bot time. Oh my gosh, Tina. It's a bot time. It's good though, Tina. That is good. It's a bot time. Look, let's put this little belt. And then this little arm. And I'll put some watch hands coming out, and I still want to paint some things in. So we'll see how far I get today. Okay, that's a good start. I don't know. We'll see. That's a good start, right? Okay, so now let's move all these little pieces here. I'm not going to use these, so these can go in the trash. There's some little robot legs. I don't know if I'm going to use that. Keep those two little pieces. All right, so now let's move that right over here. Let's get me a baby wipe. And let's go back to these girls here. Since it's all going to be robots now, I still think, it could be right there, like she's another person. I mean, do y'all not like that right there? Like she's another person? Or do y'all think she should be covering somebody up like that? Here's our choices. Are y'all ready? Here, I'm giving y'all 4 choices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one? Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm liking 4. I'm liking 4. Y'all like 1? Y'all like 1? You like it down here so we're not covering it up any, but just keeping it as one of them? Everybody's picking this one. Picking number 1. Okay, we'll go with number 1. Because then they look like maybe they're part robot, Borg or something. All right, now y'all are changing your minds and stuff. But it's still mostly one. We're going to go with one. And this right here has got to be covered up because that looks like, something. we don't need any bots with nipples. I think that just might be some paint. Or it could be part. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to, let's see if I can, let me see here. Let me get a pencil. Y'all like that? All right, so I'm gonna try to get right around her face. Hang on. We can always take some off if we need to. Okay, let's see if I can cut that well. So it looks like it's behind her, Okay, this little piece needs to go. There we go. What do y'all think? Too close to her face. Maybe just a little away, just so you can kind of get a little. There we go. That's better. I can always paint some things in. All right. Let's see. Here's a piece of wax paper. All right. This I am going to get a brush because that's quite a bit here. Get another fresh brush here. Okay. 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 I don't want to scrape that. I'm afraid I've scraped it so much. I don't want to scrape anything else. So let's go make sure it's mashed in with my finger here. Okay. All right. Now we have a little bit of mech left. That could be part of one of the other girls, like her shirt here, her arm. Could be her. Ooh, yeah, maybe over here. That's where it needs to be. It needs to be right there. It needs to be part of her. Let's see. Hang on, guys. I'm not looking at you. That could be like her shoulder. I like that. It just fits right there. Nice. Now let's trim this down. Okay. All right. She's going to need something. She's going to like a little halter or something. Just to tie them all together. What do y'all think? No bolts taken out her neck. I mean, that just kind of, you have to look for it. I like that element. But she needs something like, maybe just like her little piece of the back right here. Let's see. It's not big enough. Let's get another little something. Hang on. Let me get the book. Just need a little piece of something right there, like right here. Almost like a diamond shape. Here we go. little red. I can knock it back with some paint. I don't know. She gets kind of lost, doesn't she? Maybe we don't need that. I mean, I like the idea of something there, but I'm not sure. It kind of cuts her off, doesn't it? All right, let me rechat. She looks better on the glue side. The lady on the left is saying, I know it's good, but this is ridiculous. She does look like she's saying something, doesn't she? Okay, it almost could maybe be... Ooh, I like that. Now she looks like T'Pol. Y'all remember Spock's wife? She kind of looks like Spock's wife. That's going there. I'm going to cover that up. I like it. I like that right there. There we go. Shh, shh, shh. This all dries clear. All right, there we go. I like that. It needs something. Maybe a little piece of watch. It needs a little something here. It needs a piece of watch. I can just picture it there. So, real quick, let me get my watch bag back out here. And let's just pick a little piece of some kind of watch. Half a one. I'm digging. This needs a little piece. That's too, no, maybe. Now that I've added some of this kind of copper color, let's just cut this out and see what happens. Sometimes you just got to try things. Okay. I don't know if that's the right thing. It's subtle, which is what I want, but it needs to be lower. Just a little piece. Just a little piece. See, just needs a little mech down there. But is that the right thing? I don't know. I'm a little iffy on that. It's too silvery. Hang on, I'm just flipping through some pieces here. Maybe a vintage-y looking thing. Maybe this. No. I gotta get crack-a-lack in here. Let's see, the silver has been knocked down, so maybe give the green dress lady a bit of a mech belt. Well, this is kind of what I was doing, because there's not much waist there, you know? I can add just a little bit of this, which is what I was trying to do. There we go. Is that enough? Just that little bit right there. We're going to roll with that. We're going to roll with just that little bit of... It just needed... She just needed a little something, something, you know? Hang on. Okay. Where's my scissors? There we go. All right, that's good, right? Just gives it a little something. All right, so let's set her aside real quick. And let's do this last one. Let's get rid of some of these scraps here. And her, I wanted one of these. I kind of wanted him. I want him kind of off the side. Let's roll with him. don't know how much legs or any of this that we're going to need, but I'll just, this one's too happy, that other one. Because I wanted to do a little bit of painting with y'all. And it's only 10 after. We got a few minutes. I was going to show you all my new journal, but we'll see if I get to it. See, I'm going to have to get rid of his legs. His legs got to go. It'll be one of those floaty kind of robots. Right there. With that edge right there coming out of his head. Okay, let's get, where's my brush? Here we go. Just enough here to slap him on. All right, then I want to see if y'all have any questions, because if y'all did have any, I've missed them. I need to turn just a little. There we go. I need another arm. Did I cut off another arm? Do you have another arm? Was there another arm? I don't know. This is part of his leg, but we're going to use it. Just so it looks like he has something there. There we go. That's all he needed. Just a little stick of an arm. Hi, Angie. Hi, Raul. Raul. All right, let's make sure this is mashed down now, because otherwise we'll have some wrinkles in there. All right, so. All right, let's look at all of them. Let's move all this. Do I need any of this? No, I don't need any of that. I don't need that. Okay. This other robot can go back in the book. Now, I do take pictures. I show the book, too, when I post pictures. I do a slide over so that you can see the pieces and the books I used when I post it, so everybody gets credit. All right, let's move. Let's put that in the water. Sip of. All right, let me see what I'm missing. Don't forget. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Sticking a bit of arm. I'm scrolling back to see what I missed. Thanks, Devin. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay, I think I've caught up with everybody. All right, hang on. All right. Let's wipe the scissors down a little. All right, now my chair is not rolling on this carpet for some reason. I turned the carpet. I bet that's what it is. The pile is not facing the right way for when I roll. I have to flip the carpet the other way. Okay. Well, it's just a rug that I keep a rug under my chair because, I don't want the carpet to be ruined by all this mayhem. All right. So let's see what we got here. We have these and this one. There we go. Let me back out one here so we can see them all. There we go. Now I got to play with the paint. And that's what's the fun part, but it's also the part that my favorite part, but it's takes a minute. All right, let's see. Let's start with, I don't know. Let's maybe start with this one. I'm just going to do a little bit of paint, and just so you can kind of see how we can just do a little bit of something, something. They don't really need a whole lot. Like this one, I'm going to want right here. All right, let's see. Where's the one I had? Had some black paint there. What do I do with it? Here it is. Some black paint. And I might want to like blend in some of this, get rid of some of the names of the watches here. I'm going to remove the watch hands. Oh, here. Let me go ahead and zoom it back in again. Hang on. Robot has egg under its chin. Okay, so I'm going to remove any names or anything like that. And then I'm going to remove the watch hands, because then that way I can paint the watch hands back in and have them going any which way I want. So I'm just going to remove them, paint this out a little bit. And I'm just using the black paint I have here. But what I want to do is with my acrylic markers and do some stuff with the color, like, let me see. And I'm going to have to get a piece of paper to test. Let's get a little test sheet here. And let's see, I'm going to look at this and look at this color. Is this the right color? Pretty close to that green. This is why I like it. Now I will have to get hang on, I got to get some plastic or something. Plastic, here we go. So what I can do is I can take and just put some down on the plastic. It could be plastic, like it could be any kind of plastic. And then I'll just see brush on. I just want a little brush. And then I'll just put maybe a little bit of water over here, some water on this side, and then my acrylic paint right there. And then I can go in here and play with a little bit more color, like blend that in there. Just give her a little bit more oomph, a little bit more glow. You probably can't even see that. Okay, so let's see here. Go down here. Can fix any places that my paint might have. And this is a fun, like I always say, this is the fun part for me, painting in little details and things like this. Like this, I might want that to be round. Let's get a little bit more paint. It's not going to be dark enough. I need a darker color of this. What's close? Maybe just this one here. A little bit of a greener color. There we go. I know y'all can't hardly see this, but then I might want some little dots. I think I can do that with the brush tip. I want some little details right there. Maybe I need to zoom in again. Okay, a little bit over here. Let's go with it. Put some of that and some of the green. A little bit of water and blend it in. some of those areas. Maybe this one too. I think I want this to be in her hat here. I think I'm going to make it look like a constellation. And connect them with the gel pen. That. Let's put one over here too. Let's put another one up here. See, all the little details are fun to do. Let's get her eye. You know what? I think I want a white Posca dot. Let's give her eye highlight. An eye shine. A little bit of highlight in her eye. And then the watch here, I think I'll put some dots right in this. I like the idea that this has already got me a star shine going here. Hang on, let me clean up my brush. This has already got a semi-star shine here. Let's see if this is going. There we go. And then the watch can go right to that. See if I can do this straight without a ruler. I could have the other one going somewhere, but I don't know. Maybe just right there. Okay. And I could probably do some more. So I'm not doing a splatter. We'll just pop some. Small stars in here and there. It's a little orange under there. Conceal. Oh. All right, I think I'm about done for today because we're running out of time. And I can go in there and play with details. Maybe make a couple of these constellation things. Have a little orange aura. Just to kind of bring the orange around the place. All right. I'm going to make this and dull this down a little. It's a little too bright. Okay. All right. Y'all have any questions or anything? Bye, Arlene. Let's back out and I'll play with them a little bit more today. But we got the bases. We got some base done. Get this black paint out of the way. I'll take a screenshot with these. So we got this one. which I like. I'll probably add a little bit more, like maybe another orange. I don't want to call it a horn, but he's got something over there, so he might have something over on this side. And then maybe a little bit more orange on the star shine up there. So we'll play with a little bit more. And then this one, she's going to have her antenna make it that more obvious. And, you know, just play with the different elements, adding some more color and some more things. And plus, I didn't show you go around. What would I said silver, but now I'm wondering if I want silver. What do y'all think? Silver or gold? I don't think copper. I'm thinking that they might need gold now around the edges. What do y'all suggest? Gold, and it doesn't, you know, I'm not asking y'all like I can't figure it out. I'm not doing that. I'm just thinking, well, what do y'all think? Do you think gold or silver? Like there's silver and gold and copper in this one. Or I could do one copper, one silver, and one gold. Devin says gold. All right, let's just do this one in gold, just so y'all can see one done. Let me go ahead and get my gold. Here we go. And there are the gold stinky paint markers. This is the Deco Color Chisel Edge. All right, so and I'll do it a couple of times because after I paint the backs, I make a gold around there too. But just so y'all can see how it's going to look with it, I'm going to go ahead and do it here. And I will go on the edge as well, but just so that y'all can see the fronts. Got to kind of get it, kind of lay it down there. There we go. If I mess it up, I can just go back in there with some black. It just adds a little something something with the gold. See, with the gold edge. This needs a little smoothing out right here. Okay. All right, so there we go, guys. I think that's a good start. And I'll take a screenshot and post. I'm not going to post on Instagram until after I finish it, but y'all can see it in the thumbnail. They'll all be in the thumbnail. Thanks, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it. And again, the books that we used, Robotropica, and It's Groovy Baby for the people and the robots. So, all right. Janet comes on in 1 o'clock. So y'all got any other questions or anything? Y'all let me know. Questions real quick before we head out. I'll see if y'all have anything to say. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Got some ideas. And thanks, Cat and Paste. Thanks, Sylvia. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out then. And y'all have a great rest of your afternoon. And we'll see you at Janet's. Bye, guys.